Yo abusia me man krankra bia akwa ba e de ba Maame Grace stake so I had the questions and mefa and me yi ano me ka aka cho say wo show na sheko end so that we may bisa question na e wo bottom no e wo mfimfini e ba ne sa na na te say e ya ye double work me pa cho wo show episode bia nso so a wo mbisa question wo question mu and yes an e be di 1 year nti fa question ne to the main episode na so ko na me pick questions na afi Nama explaining the amount. And the episode is dedicated to one of our sisters, Gladys Agbadam. Or no bisa important question. Like I said, me pick all the critical questions, no me and the questions in the sanka omo chro Bible bi omo a anka omo be omo de yenua ba Gladys be shem na anka omo atchro ni din agba ase. There is a scripture in the Bible said a curse without a cause shall not stand. Yenua ba na asema na obisa ne say, can a voodoo spell work on an innocent person? Obi a onye bibia obi betimi abonidua amedua bono aye adwuma na se wote asem we a wote ase sen na wo fa no wankasa se ye bisa obi na afra wo na ebisa o sa question we a anka answer ben e na wo de be ma no nti enda no Maame Grace stake na ye discuss ne topic ne ye the voodoo spell. The voodoo spell. Yenua ba ne question na obisa ye no eno e na me yi ano e de amawe. I want to say something fundamental. Words can harm people's feelings and unbalance their emotions. Ade we na eya mehwe ni din na mahwe kasa America ni yi kire se obetumi aka asem bi ama ebeye wo so wo ka keke na so sebe wonfa nyansa nto ho pe na wasei obi mood ni ni bibia enu ntimi wo ho no ebeye difficult sa wonya emhwe ameka wasem never me nyeda sa asem bi buru me so a me yedin ya hu sa me ka ho asem ana me ka ho asem because afi aburu so me kan so a me wie pe na me movie on na me ko se wote kasa ase a wo kasa wo hwe niye because eye the only thing na e free wanum etofom senya untumi san fa nhye ho biom Bible nso so kasa tekrema ade e betumi ase ni ejakora atokwa ye mu nyina entumi nse ade atekrema keto e wo nipa anum e betumi ase nti wo kasa wo ka no e betumi ase obi abrabo kasa ya ade a eden wo beka ade baako na akoko san nipa bi nti ebinum kura tai kase episode ya me ye me direct ya ma obi obi na me ka mi wa na ebi a se nipa no po ni madwene mu we ye very very simple kasa ebetumi asesa onipa bia tebia ene ne bobrem. What you say can have an equal effect of physical attack on people. So what the one no ka asempo a etimi ha nipa abrabo physically. Enti me te wono na me kan ye ne sa ade ambro me so a e be din se me fa phone po na me gina so se me ka obi hu asem me ni sa adaje no because ma adwene ni mu aye ma ti me ntumi nkoso aso ankrofoni ama mbegum na me ni adaje so a me di bedi kokonsa age se tratis no aye wei ansa na obehu se aba bedu me so na ebi e bro me so a na me ka kakra. Throughout history, many religions have documented how words are not just empty expressions. Bibia obeka bi ombeka to se kasa, bibia obeka bi ombeka to se kasa, bibia omo se onyankopon de nanum asem ene bo soro ne asase ofred ya eni ho ena eba ho kasa ya de ehu yie. Words are full of electromagnetic force with the ability to be transmitted beyond time and space. Peso obia eti ase wa ha Bible kan asem o se words are spirit kasa eye honhom tekrema empro sa na ye nananom na ya omuka e kire se kasa wo ho no empro se ye kasa tekrema na ye kasa kafra fa cheme so obi nya problem ni ye twa ne tekrema firi nanum a ontumi nkasa nti na kire se tekrema na ode kasa eba nipa abrabom ti so wona na kasa tekrema empro a na kire se asem ana kasa empro sa na opese o kire Words have telepathic and telekinetic energies with the power to reach you beyond the physical. Asɛm bi wɔ hɔ a obi betimi aka akyerɛ 20 years. Na asɛm no ɛda so hyɛ wo ho na ɛhaw. I'm telling you, enkrofo bebre omusuban asesa. Enkrofo bebre go through bad treatment wo mu kununum ene omoyerenum nsam. Mostly eya enye condition na wo kununu wo ma na wo yere ni wo. Mostly eya enye asem na ekoso wo fie wo ne ohia na ewo ho no. But a lot of people are working with excess luggages. Ensem bi a omo step mothers ka kire omo, ensem bi a omo maame no ke ka kire omo, ensem bi a omo papa no ke ka kire omo, eniame bi abusuafo de omo fa mu no, saa de ni esua omo akoma mu. Enti bibi kakra bi a na trigger that old pain na ewo na akoma mu no, na afei wo a wote ho no mo no, ode aba wo so, ebi di omo fie nsem a omo komu de kwa adwuma mu, oye wo boss ene na due. Kasa ehu yiye kasa bia obi kan na ato obi tirim wakana sebe okache na ho kankan na ho kankan na ho kankan wakan na ato ni tirim enti nipa ne use perfume se den ade na ewo ni tirim no kasa na obi kan ye na ewo ni tirim no ema nipa ne hu se onye okay de bia ofili se sebe kafrache fache me ne ho bon whether what was said was heard by you or not, or whether you are close to those words or not. So obi kan wachi asem se wote ya na se wante yesi ye kan wachi asem a eku sunsum e ya kanfo kasa se na wo ben ho se na wan ben ho ye kan asem ni gu mframemu a asem no toa wo ba bia wo bia abusia de bia me kase me damo amudi mechi ni na ase. I thought I had army. Now no mababa hu se army na me wo no kromo ye snipers. Omo hye fom ho ubetumi aka dia wo pe bia emfa omo ho ma wo bomedin pe they will come after you. I really appreciate the love. Honestly, se man kan kire mu mpo na me yebuni ana say obi kura ha me ana me se me yemu asai na me be kama dwen a wo a wo do me appreciate you with everything na eye ewo nkwa a ewo mi mu. Me appreciate you papa because unya bomedin dia you will see them. Mintumi mbobom nyina mu di nya saade a ebe mrebeko na emomu no odo a mo send platform no so red bebre. I appreciate you guys enne mama me fa sa akwanyen so na me na mo ase se motete from group to wherever motete ase ho obi a business nya mo problem but so mo de ba me so de a mo gina ho mama me da mo ase me appreciate mu pa. Depending on the particular language being used to express a particular word, that word may wield a different energy impact. Oh, for our bodam kono ho wa bodam sebe asem ni bi wo the same asem me da se wate me da wase pa. Oh, me da se why eye kasa ba ko no but ni nyina wo different frequency. You may have heard in usual African social parlance that kasa yemframa, which could translate as words or speech, is air. Chese kasa yemframa one sheni ye a ubeye wadwen se kasa yemframa oh kasa nye hwe ai kasa de talk is cheap nkrofo to me keke kasa eniama no kasa yemframa one sheni ye na ma ne direct translation pa ubekọ wrong se ye kasa yemframa na chese kasa yenkwa pesa wote ase inti de nipa kagu wabra bom no betumi ama wonkwa ne nipa kagu wabra bom betumi ama wowuo enu nti na wontumi ngina ba bia na nko obi asem sa akeke na wonko mo obi mbeka no nipa ne beka a wetumi yi na no enye obi oda ne dem odwen ne ho na nasem mfa ho na wo de na kosi ba bi enye. It's very wrong for you to say things wrong, especially lies about somebody. We misunderstood this to mean that words are just words with no observable impact. It's not like that. So muka say kasa yemframa enye sa na se kire. It is true that kasa yemframa, but do not forget that air is a god, just as the sun is also a god. And now me ye element ne yese me ye element we na me ye element we ye element a we ye air no we tutu baller egu bebia we tu baller egu bebia na wo hume enframa e bon na ya we say na yes me ye water element. That is not what it means. Tie adie bia wo di begu nature ni mu ne comes back to you. Inti na me ye water element, na me ye fire element. You don't even understand. Mutu two polythene bags ni adie gu nsuo ni nyina mu kan when we say I bring ni nyina back to you. Flood ne ye hwan ni mu dan na yiye. Yasam ye mobo before the yasam ye mobo too much. Adie beku yen no yenya ne yeku ye hu ntu da bia obi wu aye obi ade hye no ensuo eye nyankopon a oni wuni asem or serving a purpose for rubber bags ne polythene ni nyina egu mu a wahu flood this one say we yi nwura ni nyina be go di gupu mu a ukọ empoano abehu we yi ni nyina begu saa na mframa nsoso etie eye nkwa inti no owuo bebrebe ne nyadewa bebrebe egu ye so wa Africa ha ne bola efi dust ne kankan eno de di gu mu no na ba ye ho back. If you want to talk about elements and elementals, talk about this. Not you feeling say we water element na me ye fire element na me ye say na baby a kan you will die with your fire element. And before what problem nti say wo nana e ka kire se kasa ye mframa o ka kire se kasa ye nyankopon e de be nyankopon o ye nyankopon a o ma nkwa nti Bible say enkwa ani owuo ejina tekrema so e na maka kire wo so se tekrema e na de kasaba ye twa wo tekrema wuntumi nkasa nti simply talking about air e ma nkwa nti obi enum asem tumi kum nipa na obi enum asem so tumi ma nkwa wo a wo hye me no wanum asem e de na eye. There are people who can talk about you in secret to extend that they can't even defend you in public because otna oni ni pankrofo na tena dem aye gossip nti asem ne ba abonte na o ka na ogina wontumi nka bi because they okeka ye ukoka we ya wo be na yi wo ho ano. Air has the power to take your life. And I have done an editorial on this. If you have not seen the editorial on realms of the spirit and the prince of the air, don't worry, it will be shown soon. My an episode about this. Me own share ya obeshe enche bia ombeyi amawashe. Now, someone might say, why is Maame Grace giving us so much lecture on the electromagnetic power behind words? Obi be bisa, I don't say the Maame Grace ka say asam na ye nua ni bisa ye no explanation is so. Nti next say mi bubu e form ho na me hyehyɛ blocks no wo form of foundation ne fapem no me hyehyɛ ne na family dan ne siso ma na wugina mu a na ewo so e ye dan o na flood ne ba na wahu. In fact, where dey let me ask this question. Nti ekrom ha e de ben omo ma permit e ma nkrofo si dan e de na ye omo hye ansa omo ama permit no ayi baby a flood yi fa omo mi hye wo TV so yi. Look at buildings, huge buildings with big cars. And you almost see that no how did they get permit? Into your man church in a flood there to me for such a place like that. Mukura flood in fa say you. Mami come on to na menko. Ade ye got akra ensuo da kokra ne ye failure sidan before. Hey! Me catch them. Tama me ne namu ale. Eye episode no me catch them about eja. They catch them about flood. Edding, obi baby sasa na den na Maame Grace see why she was that area ho no say. I say me to me cancer asem no because na me ye element we na ntimi ntumi nware we na me ntumi nware we na nso baller. Usi dan no uye gata usi dan why ye gata fine. E dey atufie nanim the next person by any instance obeye atoaso na ka ye kama. Oba ho no mupo no obeto tiles afa chese asase ne ne nipa ato na enso no ehye no so e na opre. I know the person want to know if a voodoo spell can work on a person or not. Say why papa say why bone obi say voodoo spell ebetumi aye adwuma e wo so ana. I took the liberty to speak on the seriousness of what we say because of social media. Nti na ema me kire asam na wugina ho na wo ka no me ma what me to me buase na ma kire we mu ama. In today's world, anyone has a voice. It is a great opportunity. Obia betumi aka na adwen. Anybody can say anything and about anyone, whether true or lie. Obia e ka de ope. But eso hwa na And in appreciating the power of free and easy speech as being given by social media, no, in same way one ka first no to be nka kasa ni bi won po ndu baby, but ye new opportunity, no opportunity na ye nya ye de yeden. We tend to take for granted the force of what we say. The aye can emfa ye ho hwe onipa wa hu se one value freedom, you get yourself into prison. Ye two things. Se one mafa ho di a wo no anso wani a ana ansom wo bo a wo de wo ho bekwa akoto akache wo bekwa akoka prison na ukoka prison na wo behu se wiase niam e wa ha nyina no bibia ni wiase a eye chense wo wo fa ahodie na wo ka de a wo pe edidi a wo pe eda mmera wo pe ehọ na wo behu se sika bia ni wiase etumi to sa freedom no ye nya akwanya sen na ya ye use no ye abuse no and trod obi nim obi a obetumi awo no obi a ohia wo mpontumi no wo nkasa asem na wo ka wo secret no hia nipa na obetumi ahwe nanim aka akere no obeka because of social media. I want to go straight to the question and answer it. Your question na ye nua ba Gladys ebisa no eno na me di kan e ka kire wo no ana me san sisu biom na wo hu question no. Can a voodoo spell work on an innocent person? This is Gladys. Or no, and obisa as an important question way. Yes, a voodoo spell can work on you if you are innocent. Straightforward. Let me explain this. And yes, a voodoo spell can work on you if you are guilty. Say we are innocent, say we are guilty. Depends on unipa or cast a spell. In the same way, words have power over guilt and innocent. Assembly obi e kanu. Te say me say no motai di me ho concern draw so nko an. Na ni na so no enye hwe because me say obi entumi nya madamfo. Eno na ye biggest problem. Nti omo beka we nyina all sort of things. Omo ka say me eya ampa say enya ampa. People are listening. Obi mu kra timi ka say nhwe di show obi om say no obi betimi etie a control obi adwene. Eno mpo de enya problem. Ba mpese me kiro say kasa say ye ka say ye nokore say enye nokore enya effect e wo nipa so. The same way so obi cast spell say ye nokore say enye nokore eno so enya effect e wo so. Eno nti na I don't really like it when people lie about people. One ka so wanim na won defend wo hu. Say nkrofo no aya me from say ye brunsam na create yom. Enye nyame na ebo om. Demons in the creatium. Now, before you go and report that Maame Grace is saying voodoo spells are used against innocent people, wait and listen to my explanations. They don't have, when we say when hate is driving you, you don't take your time to listen. Inti nipa no said inti me particularly, I will never explain myself to my enemies. They don't like you and it ends there. And I will never force myself to explain things to my loved ones. They love me and they know what I'm capable of. And yet the lens they are using and it's like that. And before you go and say Maame Grace say the voodoo, ya the innocent people no. Tie me we ansa na wako no wakoka. So when tie me we na wako na wakoka bibia menkan na nim na udi aduane aya no anija so. Due. Because they say no, akwa to say me kasa dia meka bia no obi say me de ono. Me can to me encounter these people. Into meaning what actually is going on. But dia meka bia no, I don't consult any of your spiritual people. I don't know what they do there. Into me come asema wo na unim say de all dey aye uni to koka da na on kasa wo ye mi say wo say Maame Grace say. I don't encounter them. They are not my friend. I don't have any friend in them. How do I know what they do? They come to the show, they don't come and do what they do on the show. So I don't know them. How would I know and direct my speech to any of them? I'm not doing that. So before you go and say, Pim, tieniye na uria wakokaniye, I don't really care though. I'm not a voodoo witch, but what I will tell is relevant. One of the times in history when Africa voodoo was prominent was after the Akabulan people lost their lands in the Spanish conquest in the 14th to 15th centuries. Voodoo no, I don't know if we still have. I'm not saying we have or we don't have, but me say who the kind of voodoo I'm talking about. I respect the trust you people have for me, but don't go and say Maame Grace is spell any voodoo. You know, be can spell any voodoo. Now alcohol. Omo be chechire ntontom antaban e de ama de akobe boka. So me say 14th and 15th century. Na Acabulans, Spanish conquest, no omu voodoo. The pain of Acabulan losing their lands to Abrofo and being subjected to murder and inhumane treatment forced the high priest, I said what? The high priest to start using voodoo spells on their enemies. Me say why? Me say the high priest. Omo na no omo use voodoo spells. Who is a high priest in Ghana? You can write the name under the comment section. What are the qualities? Nti ena ma kire omo ano omo to me cast a spell. Nti tie ni ye. What did I say? Me say high priest. Ono no casting voodoo spell. Voodoo spell no so no casting no on casting fans say nipa na on casting ma individual no or the save or the defending ho. What you say? Akabulan people who were fighting for their lands and in the Caribbeans especially used it massively against Abrofo because na edru baby na eni ayenyan nti na bibia obi wo bia no na se otumi use na odi defend ne ho minim se sa de ne da so wo ho a anka turare asemi ba yi kai nke besu nanso obi beka so owo sa atumi no nso no asemato no no ampo ntumi mfenje no no de akoje Ghanafo yenyina he ya. They were using voodoo spells to defend their lands. What are you using your voodoo spells for? Voodoo spells na wono e de na wode ye wode ji obi kunu wode say obi aware wode ko ma obi de ko twempena ebi de ko botutu sebe e de voodoo spell na wono mesre wa ahobrase e kwanso wode wo focus wode so individual affair wode ye den wankasa choro comment section ni mu. Now in those days a voodoo spell may be fired against a family and it can take out everyone. A voodoo spell say you casting a pim e be fa obi a no wa breso. You say Yahweh I say o casting voodoo na spell na nsuo no fa nkola mpanimfo I will explain. Don't get me wrong. No more casting spell na obi a including innocent children who may be unaware of the consequences of their parents' action. And don't make no abreso. Tama ya we casting a spell no nkola ina see bibia wipe everybody off. The entire family. Voodoo is a very powerful weapon and it was prominent in the time of anger and violence. So when a voodoo spell is cast on you, you are in deep trouble. It has no limit. Enim, it is enough. Enim, it is enough. Obetumi afa entire generation, obetumi wipe entire family, a whole household, obe wipe ni na everywhere. I have witnessed a few people are almost see kobio no kobodua entire family because nipa no obodua na say ma akoko ya ayire the obehu ne ntekre the obehu a whole community was wiped out because of kobi ana akoko ana dabo. These are not things to joke with. Nti no say ye binum say omo wo spirit no omo ye say na me asem wo ho na me hwa am say nti so what enye easy o. When they cast voodoo spell on you in the migration of our ancestors towards the Sahara area in those days, the priests are not easy to play with. Unko priest be a wadani joker. Priest doesn't care about your coins. He doesn't care about your tap scent. To me nkwa tap scent priest be a now can't say Maame Grace is say now because of sikan ketenkete I would send into no piano so unko hanom no. That's why me bisa say you were priest wo me can't say any priest wo. I am asking say those days the high priest now omo casting voodoo spells then me bisa so omo da so wo ho ana. Because they don't, you can't even joke with them. On our abegina phones, only time. The movement of our people towards Africa and the Caribbean was a very tragic experience. And the voodoo art of those days are no joke. A voodoo spell on one clan can wipe out their entire generation, no matter who was innocent or guilty. Nti na meka cho sa de bi wo kwa emfe ni agro. Akola bi ye koto fuel so I don't know me tika ni ma me nkasa. Ena em say oye momu ma no sese ujama wan fa charges anka hu se den na obo car ni modern say boom. Ena me hwe na driver ni si no obi sa ne say na den na wo do nsa boka ni musa behwe girl motika ma mu ade me nyankopon wa me som no ena driver ne ka chen say ura nya me nyankopon me som no oye nyame oye oja na me hwa abofra ketewa bi o me hwe ni din na wo hwe ne line ne so a omufie ho nyina all the last borns mba na omonwo inti na nka de oye ne na wo de apin no so because no so ye ne maame last born ba me hwe ni din me mfa me ho ne driver ne na ye ade no because of 2 cedis wo do won say bo Range Rover mu wo entire family obi ehu bi da oboka ni na mitika ni mu di mi so me nkasa o me obi enu obetumi akasa wo hia me abonten a me kasa da wo boa wonte ma no kasa me namboko ne metwem me namboko ahaya na abete me kasa ne Christopher na ta yesa me nyankopon a me som no wontumi nya me hye wontu no de nano Job not in the baby o Job not in the baby now nyankopon say na wo hu mako Job not in the baby ti susu so wo nyankopon obedi masama mame ena we you know voodoo ya cast sa spell no to so enim say wo ye innocent na uni ti say wo de wo di ekire na obi ya wo so ye bi nako. Most voodoo gods and spirits are for revenge, war and justice. We na me say odo hu koto nyame bia so ahwene because they like omo per challenge omo per competition wo a wo di ekire no na wo sacrificial lamb nti wo ya ahwene that time no the voodoo spell no na they were using it a free a particular land and a community nti ubehu se voodoo spell no asem na nkasa ne nkyerase wo edin ni mu nti na omo frɛ no voodoo nti no na omo cast the free a community voodoo ena ye voodoo no nti that voodoo spell nanka is not for uko say obi aware ana no ne me na wo ho ena wan ware me na wakọ ware baako no nti bi ko cast voodoo ne feel insulted enough and walk away ono na wo ho no wan ware no wakọ ware obi move. I will not urge anyone to play with ancient African technology and metaphysics warfare machinations of voodoo. You won't survive it. Don't play with it. If these things are like there, like the things we see on social media, like these things, who are you to talk about a high priest? Now what they actually also don't you. That's why I'm asking if it's still there. Don't joke with it. You won't survive it. Some voodoo spells are instant and rapid those days. I keep using ancient because minim say now I have not seen it anywhere like before. I'm not saying say anywhere. Me say I personally have not seen it. It doesn't mean it's not there. Intina mi bisa se ewo hɔ ana okay wo a wanyi kakra wanya beye 60 hɔ no mo no me pa wo hwa akomfo na no mo wo hɔ samre no wo de toto akomfo a wo hɔ sisi anwa nsonso ye be na hu nobody should get me wrong say akomfo bi anywhere. I'm just asking say tete no any sisi eyi na ayi even mobile phones 40 years ago na mobile phones ni wo say I had a communication center 40 years ago no na nkrofo ba container ni mu na ebe ye course ansa na 30 years ago ya na sa hello moto one you to be when you to be I baby who ya Gen Z blue one no ya flipping atwe edua no top rebole ya so ya ba ayo ewiase asesan ewiase asesan nene utumi di voodoo spell jokers until me keep you on using ancient it doesn't mean it's not there. I said I have not seen if whether they are not first now let's go deep into how voodoo spell can go against the innocent. You can be so innocent that it may not make physical sense for voodoo spells to hit you. Yet, if you are not careful enough or too close within its parameters, it will take you out. A bit shock you. Who so be at to obi tukpe ma obi akotie ma afaneda. Udi agro it doesn't matter. Emfa omo baby wudina ni baby awo ebe fa osisi ade wako. Voodoos know no bounds because it has no feelings and no emotions, no sense. It doesn't care. Emfa no. In some instances, voodoo spells will keep working until a ritual is held to finalize its work. I just say yes, no. And seal the spell by a powerful voodoo priest or priestess or voodoo sorcerer. I'm not any of these. If I am part, I will tell you. When I make witchcraft assembly, I told you where I belong. All these things, I have knowledge about it. I am not part of it. Inti, say ya say me de bibie nti mimi. Ompuna no kura wokoda ne dem nu ni madwuma oye. A deadly voodoo spell may be pronounced on someone, and its electromagnetic effect may be so profound that even innocent friends who wear similar clothes may be affected. Sorry, I would show be atade e bitumi de dey bi mpa so sorry ya no obole ho. The beer konwa ba akon ni petna so de bia okwa no akosi so. Akonwa tai sisi junctions. We were having 4 junctions saying, na konwa na yedua bi ne yabobo yenda ne mbutu. De bia asa de esi won esi wasa na wakoda so no wada. Hey! Mehu obi a wawu. Omo kofa ne body na de okohwe ne body ne ba no wabewu. De okohwe ne body enuanom fo wuye in 1 week. When voodoo spell is cast on you, you have no idea. That is said they are na ewo dada no na ewo ho a. Until now our ancestors were using it as a defense mechanism. It was not what we see now. This is why when someone is sick or dies and it's investigated to be a spell, the gods in charge will place a sanction on the dead body. No weeping, no burial. Sadie way you know mo say nkrofo no baby a omo dan ka me nim say yampa anti na mintumi nkanka we nka nya hwe say wo beka na ye se wo de ka ne ye de wo koda place na se wankotu ya ka na wuwu a wo body no omo de be nante form de aba ho na wo ban so so omo beje na to ho no wa be ye osumfo. Don't joke with these things. Assemble ko a wo kan, it can cost your entire generation. Be careful. Not because you have the mouth to run until you think you can run it like that. This is what people are joking with. And I'm saying, and I'm call her, and I'm ba her. Even yen and no discipline impo. Now they don't joke with such a thing. You want to go back. Can you survive this with this behavior of yours? Ye near who shall swab back. Ye per se ye call back to yen and anum kayin na ya sebeshi. Even the family members can't bury the dead person until the spell is cancelled and are sealed. If not, it will affect even innocent people who do not have any hand in whatever crime or emotional distress that person may have caused to warrant the spell. Obebo duama asese fie wo nipa ebimpa wo nim ne asi wotenkra na onua no koya ade no ewo bogoso mining site wo obebo dua ma wunua na wu ma mu nim na musie no na taade ne ntoma obebo dua ama voodoo spell enya ade a yedidi agoredi ye joke e ka kire mo ewo salt magic episode no mu how our ancestors will bring a spirit down. No more use, no more we are how we be oshano out, no more sealing the back, so that embet now one embe yen enticing who with the omo ye na wafe was started jiji e niama ni pape. Se busum ana sunsum e started so jiji niama ni pape a one should be aje oba because see no waba be ye entice with niama ni paye nti afei ebeye ne dewi a oni nipa betwe no wan hye obehye abusua ni nyina ase nti ye nananom no na omo fresh spirit ba pepepe e ma ne beye ade ma omo but na omo wo hu nimdie a omo frɛ wi a omo sanso gya ne kwan obetumi ahwe salt magic no na wanya saa full knowledge no e wo hɔ no mo ye de ne ye di bibie di agro. We are doing so many things we have no knowledge about, no idea about. Ni ye kuku ye ho. Na ye so me te say yen go back to yen anana me hwedi me say eh nkrofo wonyima wareka. Wonyima sama wareka. Now, can voodoo spells strike someone who has not done anything to you? Ubetumi aka bibia na wa cast voodoo spell. No be onye ubibia no na etumi enya na yen hwe. There is a notion that if you are innocent and someone put a spell on you, it won't work. It's a big fat lie. Me na me kam chiro. Eye ntro. So would obinya wo supo na no ho ye wahi a na so oni hwe wo no ho a obi betimi atena ne dem aka spell wo so be ye adwuma. That is all was spell a. Inti minim de enti a wo power na bibi ye obi no onam ho cast to no so. Na nya evidence. Bible say a curse without a curse. Ana Christopher no muta use. Omale. A curse without a cause shall not stand. No, so abayifo no oye no ne cause no ye den. So the curse no stand ma de bia obọ mpa ye fast. Wa bọ wunsam ama wunsam na atutu akuru. Hwinsi ye. Abayifo no cause ni den a ode ye. Say if a curse without a cause shall not stand like you were saying now. E de be na ma Noah etimi nya akwanya de curse ni bibifo. So almost say the omo curse no nasefo na ye bibifo. If a curse without a cause shall not stand, what happened between Noah and his children? You say blacks and I curse. It is you who couldn't control yourself. You got drunk, and foolishly you were naked, and somebody came and see what is the cause. Okay, say ni bana. You say yeah under curse. Me bisa what is the cause? Una wa no monsa no wa bo na ho da so no bi abehu. Nti what is the cause? Any ho nti a sa curse ne stand there. We say things to control our emotions. It's not right. Deal with your emotions and be mature. And yes, our emotions no now yet say who control, you become an animal. You're full of fear. It's very wrong. A voodoo spell works on husbands, children, mothers, rival wives, and so many people who may have not done anything necessarily bad to whatever that has happened. Asam no oyire nka ho, wo kun nka ho, so akola no no best so mu nyina, that is voodoo spell. Is this what you want to play with? Ebetumi afo bia so, other than they being competitors or just for jealousy or show of power. Say onye ne hwe, say ofili so ye ne competition, so person okunu no show power. Emfa ne ho say why ye papa bi ana why ye boni bi. Meti we say bi enye wo mpa egba anka nkrofo wa wash me out. Wo wash me out no ye ya. Cause a whole lot is going on. If you challenge a voodoo spell based on your innocence, that would have been a foolish thing to do. Excuse my language. Say ukasa we innocent inti we be challenge ya. You will regret. It go over you. Don't go and shout at someone to try you based on your perceived innocence. It go over you. Tell me a case without a cause shall not stand. On try me not to your baby on quiet. Ebia na nipa ni dwa na num na nipa so be ye obibi adue. Ebia onya ba bi so nko. Na so ko hia high priest papa pa bi tete de na. Waso be ye hye. Do not use social media to malign or unnecessarily challenge people to cast voodoo spells on you just because you feel you have not done anything to them. Voodoo gods are not afraid of competition. That is what they actually love. They don't care whether you die or live. Think deep about what I just said. Spirituality is not a joke. Enye concept. Enye joke. Enye numja. Ne kasa. Ne ye say. Come on here. Just a minute ma betwe. Na me miana pie it said they may pie pimple ama. What they try me ba? They are vicious. Sa nyankopon we na nyame me ka bibi obi ante. They are not afraid of competition. Omo pe competition. They don't care who dies. They have no feelings. They are vicious and deadly. In the pantheon of the gods of justice, the voodoo gods are the most serious among all. Don't go there. Don't try it. If you are on social media and insulting people and you feel you are innocent or untouchable, I want to tell you something. And please listen to me. Don't even think, say, me can't wait to say, me threaten obi. Me, I'm a mother. I can never hurt anybody. Say me bufu said then I may come as a me can we as I have so much love in me that me ni papa ye adwuma me mpam no I just say we are there. Now we are there kra me mpam wa na abeko. Into me, I can't hurt a fly. Like, it's not in me. So don't even think that ebia me can't wait say me de me bibia. I had the American like when it gets over me, you're hypocrite. Into adeni over me, I me say will you behave like that. I say a bit and I move. But I would never involve myself with this God. I know they are vicious. I know they like competition. They will use you for ngongo and they don't care. So I don't involve myself in this thing. So don't think I am saying this or I am part. I can never ever say anything or hurt anybody. That's me. Because say I am the mother, you won't understand, but maybe one day. But Maame can't trust. Say, "Yeah, say what the obe tumi aka bibia wo social media na. Enye obi no oye mother wa bada e woni yam te say me. Nti wo de oye wo so obe ka bibia Maame kan bibi kakra bi wa ha say nchiro me chiro bibi kakra bi." The voodoo spell doesn't only work with your innocence or guilt. And I'm better what I say. It works with the command and assignment being placed on the spell as the basis for that voodoo to be activated. Onipa na oko bodua and oko cast spell no ne numu asem na sesi ebe ye adwumen. The one who casts the spell is the judge of the case as well as the lawyer. Onipa na oko ka asem no ono na oka oye ne complain na wasan so ebu asem no e de agu so na me be kire onipa bi omuhu owi ase pa ono na obeye judge no wasan ye lawyer no wasam onipa woni na nya asem na judge no oye lawyer wankasa. Where do you stand? You will lose the case whether you are innocent or not. You be lose because onipa na woni na nya no ono an no ye judge no ono an san ye lawyer nti hwan na eke bia ma. You don't even have a chance. This is why it is serious to consult a self-made spiritualist. Ubeye wadwin say wo spiritual person bi to kwa na wo kono de wa ko spiritual person and adwo wadidi wada otu nkromo. You go over you. Eno kura ya wereko chen se nka wo ni hwe. Eno ya another eyi tokumbo. So we follow Tinkalo spirituality. Ogbo. He go over you. If you challenge any voodoo priest or witch on TikTok, you may die a foolish death. I want everybody to pay attention to this. Me pawocho. And I make an medical actually men drink say me I will never ever hurt a fly because I understand the cosmic. I won't do it. But my can't roll. You a voodoo witch or a voodoo priest. Omo so kwa yo omo no omo bufu no omo kan asema. Where the person who casts the spell is a spiritual accuser. Nipa misro omuwo wiase ba akuniye. Spiritual accusers. Be careful. Make sure who a spiritual accuser is. Meba. The voodoo gods are judges and executioners. So your argument of being innocent might not concern your accuser. Or no one or the wako, he knows how to accuse you or be accuse you proper. In your entire existence, I want you to be afraid of spiritual accusers. Who are the spiritual accusers? We can throw more light on these people. Spiritual accusers, they are so dangerous. But there are so many people among us, we take them for granted. Open your eyes. Be careful with some people. Even God, Yahweh, cannot save you from a very tricky and intelligent spiritual accuser. And who are those? Yahweh cannot even save you. If you doubt me, go and read the entire book of Job. O de ko read ho. He was innocent. Bible can clearly. O si Job na boni bi eni ne ho meboa. O si osumunyame akomapam. Kona kokan. He worshipped his God, paid tithes and sacrifices, did good. The Bible described Job as a man of blamelessness and uprightness, a man who fears God and shuns evil. Bible ne can't say in fact Job who. Bible and they can't say in fact Job who. And if you want to know the spiritual accusers now, maybe read the idea man wa who be ba no. These gods, don't trust them. I'm telling you. They will use you who you are. Yet Yahweh could not say no to the accuser against Job because the accuser was smart. Who was the accuser of Job? Who? If you want to know spiritual accuser, one of them na maybe mound. The accuser will go to your home God and your church God. Even Jesus Christ can't stand. Or the assembly who is this? Who can do this? Ah, yes, you to me. Now, yes, you could say you're accusing. Urefi. And you know to me, yeah. Pilate beside Jesus. Or see, all these accusations is being leveled against you. What do you have to say? And Jesus couldn't say shishi. They killed him. You see how spiritual accusers are dangerous? So dangerous. The lesson in Job's case is that accusations are not by what bad things you did. You see, yes, not money be any no. And so you're accusing no way. So you see spiritual accusations, how serious this thing is. Job was saying so. Bible can clearly. Or say money be any no. You can do good and that will be used to accuse you. Jesus himself, the papa or ye no, ye di miano. Job so ne papa or the ye no, ye miano. Now, who are the spiritual accusers? Mema ba ko pe mempe problem. In short, the innocence that you are lying on to stand a spell is the same thing that will be used to place a spell on you. Job was innocent too. His wife, his children, his cattle and everything. They were innocent, yet a spell was cast. The accuser accused him, and a spell was cast on him. So what are you saying, bro? You are innocent of the. This warning even goes to Christians who worship Yahweh. Now listen, don't get angry yet. You can't count on your innocence because Yahweh loves battle and competition. He is a God of war and he loves battles. That is your Yahweh. Or say, I bless who I want to bless and I curse who I want to curse. That was Yahweh. Jacob I love, Esau I hate. What did Esau do? Or say or no de or ye then. So you see, your innocence doesn't matter to whoever. Even if you are innocent, he will bet your life on a voodoo power. You think I'm joking? In fact, let's read the Bible. Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Wait. This is Yahweh in action. He's a God of battle. He loves killing. Or he doesn't care about you. Say whatever you want to say. In fact, let's read Bible. If you doubt me, read Job 1 verse 8. I read. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? Hey! Did I write this in your Bible? Job tinibe bi sumu nyame nukuremu. Onyankopon akwa bronsam ama ne say na wa consider Job way. There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright. Look at how God is accusing Job before the devil or Satan. A man who fears God and shuns evil. This is Yahweh accusing Job for the good he has done for him. Telling Satan, so consider no one should your dinner. It is Yahweh who started the competition and asked Satan if he has considered Job. Say, well, what you want to know, a sacrificial lamb, so no wonder you were a sheep. Forgive me. Truth, I don't know how to say Sebi about this. Wahu ni Nyankopon aye. Job ete ne ba bi hwe we read bibi ente what makes you think say wo innocence betumi save you from voodoo spell? How? Yahweh is one of the spiritual accusers. Obe drop run some attention or per competition or per mujasem. You see Job men na wuye. Mama scripture na se kokan. Nem ni sike nyina san ni hu nyina tutu akuro den no ye. Ni innocence na no wo na Bible kan ye no. Eno na ama ne hu atutu kuro ma ne ma ne yiri nyina obi agwane no. Nyame be nie. Ono no kofre Satan man no. Nti what is wo papa ya de mo amoso mo de ye ntomago wa awurade ani su yi. Eya ma kan me na me kan. Sit there and be running your mouth like tap. Me de mi Nyankopon me som no. And I mean if you don't own up, God will not forgive you. Or no fear. When you were lying about Maame Grace, did the God forgive you? He say, me Grace, I will walk to you and press your hernia out like I'm pressing pimple. Watch me. And where ya lesa? Inti me ya ama ho. Hey, I am so shocked that you can lie like that about. In fact, my PA is a man. My PA is not a woman. Grace is not my PA. Grace is in the Jerome Studios. My PA is a man. It's called Norbert. You see how your leader is a liar from the pit of hell? You are on TikTok saying your pastor will pray against the voodoo curse. And because you are innocent, nothing will do you. It go over you, they tell you. Makachiro Job. Job, you break it in Jesus' name. Jehovah will fight for you. Oh my God, it go over you. If the caster of the spell includes an activation for things to exclude, then that will be how the spell will work. Nia oko cast spell no. So can say obi enwu na enko the 4th generation na sa na ebeko. O can say the way we ade nipa na enwu a o spell the way o casting no sa na ebe ye adwuma. Your innocence doesn't matter. For instance, Yahweh excluded the life of Job and said the devil can take away everything, kill all his family and animals, and strike him with disease and pestilence, but the only exclusion is his life. Into when we say Yahweh cast a spell, no, or see me to me see the life pe no unja. Into sana spell no you cast no, your innocence doesn't matter, bro. Says Gladys, you the bab. Ask yourselves, those animals that died, or the children and wives and family of Job who died, what sin did they commit? Pamucho, what sin did they commit? Or say, ubetinya ye ni bibia tete no, ba menkunu, such a wicked God, casting a wicked spell. Na hu ina tutu ekuro na akwaya omudi ene se wu impo anka ye easy. Aren't they innocent in Crawford because of the spell? They died. They didn't do anything. Bible and record this but they all died. But o Christo ni beka say ni na echi no Nyankopon de ne nsa ka Job ma ne ho to no. Brainwash is really real. Did the spell get them? Minia Gladys. Minia, when you are following, follow with your head. What is? Someone is giving you direction for cars. Giving you way, no, or driving a car number plate in a bohono. 1964. And you believe, says any power mouth direction, now I could talk no car be no tree. G-Wagon type, latest one I'm some got a friend is a 360 G61. Oh, Charlie, follow with your head. Nti Crawford what can say me ache when I want share lie no want share bibia la want to wonwe na aba asem ha. So a voodoo sorcerer might cast a spell and say do this and that the obeka no eno na be ye adwuma. But if he is innocent or he did not take my money or phone or whatever, don't do this or don't do that. They are all cast a spell no. Or no beka say ebia me phone ya ayire yi. Say I assume esi na fire and the idea we ya ma edue ya maboyi kokum no ne kum ne yere na kum ne mba so phone ne dia and the ma onam ne baby only party spell no cast ye no no. To say the aya wesi on she bibia ase ma Job apart from the soul no nti dia all cast spell no de obeka no ti hwe ni ye. Who didn't pay chia, she because one shen ye, obi bekwa koye na de, agene faso ni ya bondi ya na wujin and chena wukwa. Beloved, if you keep playing with your life and sheepishly following ruthless gods, and then nyami way not na way neje, those gods will actually ask Satan to consider you and finish you and your innocent family. Now you won't. Nienti asonsum na ye brutal na ye serious we na me kan na maye otan fuhwa sama me ko hu ni aya waye nyankopon de waye Job e bone ne sei nti men dwen da se me de me ye innocent e na we nti no e be voodoo spell na be come to go over you just nipa na oye no onim ye. You are gamble ticket tieniye me say that you are a gamble ticket for the gods ukodidi anyame na chi a. And your only way is to be enlightened, to ignite your inner God, to have that capacity to judge for you. Asama mini wukano. Every noise you hear me make, bibi a mi komu biya ne dia me nemu biya samba kope ena me de to wakoma pono so na me de hyawa dwene mu. Menua. Dia me kan nyina ne se me mo biya mfa wonye gamble ticket. Be enlightened to ignite your inner God, to have that capacity to judge for yourself. And no na me pese me catch you. I'm not preaching anything to you. But yourself. Trust no one. This goes. Trust no one. Trust not your innocence. And young ones are media me nyashe. Or more kwa media me di omo chika. No. Oh yes, I won't. So when you follow the masses, sometimes the M is silence. You'll be following the asses. They will use you for ngongo. You see content. One question, I need pay you no. So also want to mean so there were platform way so dear. Now we chinchin now we bre now we so spiritual accusers you go upon pena you say we be dear. And I wanna know where you day. Show me your location. I wanna know where you day. Oh, man.